We are here with Mitch Lyons, retirement income specialist and the founder of Mitch Lyons Wealth. This is a big thing on Americans' minds today, especially as we're moving to retirement, is when is the best time to take our Social Security? I'm going to guess here that there's going to be a best time that's different for everyone. So let me start with this. How about early? I'm hearing of millions of Americans taking it sooner than their full retirement age than ever before. How do you feel about that?
Well, number one, I think it's true. People are doing that, and I think it's for a variety of reasons. I think a lot of people are reading these doomsday reports of where the Social Security benefits stand. In terms of funding, it's gonna be depleted by 2034, and we're gonna have a reduction in benefits or whatnot. Wow. So there's that component that are people, taking the bird in hand rather than waiting for two in the bush. But the other thing I think people look at is especially males for whatever reason, well, geez, I've never had a male that's, lived past, 75 in my family. And and my average life expectancy at this point is, X. Well, the thing about a life expectancy is half the people are living longer than that, right? So,
yes, that's the thing about averages, is there's the other half that goes beyond it. I think people lose sight of that.
Like, the average 65-year-old couple has a 50% chance of one of them hitting 92, a 25% chance of one of them hitting 97. Probably not going to be me. It's probably going to be my wife, who's got a grandma that's 101. But the bottom line is, if you take it early, you've locked in that lower payment forever.
Right,
and
right.
that can be a problem down the road.
And as you just said, because these are the actuary tables, most female spouses outlive us by a good 7.5 years. So if they are not eligible for their own Social Security, if they don't have their own 40 quarters, you're locking in that lower amount for them. And that is not going to help them with inflation and possibly higher taxes down the road. So it's not just a knee-jerk reaction kind of answer that we want to say, I'm taking her because I'm afraid it's not going to be there. So how do you, because I'm sure you hear that a lot right now, people coming in. How do you dial back that conversation and go, all right, let's get realistic about this?
Well, I think first and foremost, it's not just a laser shot, right? You can't just say, oh, what are you doing with Social Security, right? We got to look at the whole picture. Where are your other income sources? Do you have a pension? Do you have, a 401k? What type of, IRAs and whatnot? Where are your assets in retirement, and how are you going to create the income you need? For some folks, it might make sense to turn on Social Security earlier because, number one, they need the income, or maybe they don't have very good health and whatnot, and maybe they aren't going to live that long. So in certain situations, that might make sense. But the bottom line is, if you're going to come at this thing and do it right, you really want to, it's no different than if you're in the gym and you never lifted before and never worked out. You go in there by yourself and try to do it. You're probably going to struggle, and you're going to want to walk around aimlessly for a while trying to find the machines and figure out how they work, as opposed to getting a trainer or a financial advisor in this case, somebody, a retirement income expert that can help you construct that plan and identify the weak spots and strengthen them and fortify them. So that's what we bring to the table for folks, and that's just an important thing. And Social Security is a large part of most Americans' retirement income. So
you don't mind talking to folks as a retirement income about their Social Security?
Not at all. I mean, people have a lot of questions on that, and they should have a lot of questions on that. So, they paid into it for years. They might as well optimize it and get the most out of it that they can.
Get the most out of it. Thank you very much. So, folks, if you're looking for a Social Security resource, especially if you have not turned it on yet, you can talk with Mitch Lyons here. He's the founder of Mitch Lyons Wealth. You can go to his website, mitchlyonswealth.com. I'm also going to show a phone number here in just a moment. But also, if you have turned on your Social Security, you should still reach out. Now we want to make sure that Social Security that you've locked in, that you have outside assets that will help you with taxes and inflation in the long run. So for your Social Security retirement blueprint, call Mitch Lyons here, founder of Mitch Lyons Wealth.